El 25 de septiembre, la UFC regresa con una concurrida cartelera que tiene algo especial para cada fanático del combate.
Vegas! The UFC back in full force with plenty of heat to match the temperature outside.
What a card! These matchups are so strong.
Para quienes gustan del brillo y el carisma, estará el retador al título de peso pluma que puede terminar peleas en un instante.
Man, the jiu-jitsu, so beautiful. He's gonna go to a triangle. Look how active he is.
Submission attempt once again.
Beautiful, he tapped, he tapped.
I just go from choke to choke to choke to choke. They call me T-City for a reason, baby. Triangle City.
Brian T. Ortega.
He's so good on his feet, so good on the ground, and he's got confidence and momentum, and he puts a pace on you, baby.
When you get eager, you get sloppy, and when you get sloppy, you get knocked out.
Oh! Knocked out for Ortega! T-City!
And as you can see, I'm hanging with the best of the best.
Para quienes aprecian el dominio total,
I can go to the jiu-jitsu guys, I can go to the stand-up guys. I'm one of the most well-rounded, I put it together better than anyone in the division.
estará el rey de las 145 libras, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
A goner of ground and pound here from Volkanovski.
That's it, that's it.
Alexander the Great has done it!
I'm a good guy, and I want these bad boys. Bring them on.
Two of the best featherweights in the world.
Alexander Volkanovski, ready or not, I'm coming.
Let's go!
Antes de su choque en el evento principal, habrá una historia de las menos favoritas.
This is over, and Murphy gets it!
I'm on a quest to be one of the best in the world, and I'm going to keep proving that.
Cuando la contendiente emergente de peso mosca, Lauren Murphy,
Nice knee in the clinch from Lauren Murphy! Beautiful job!
pruebe su temple contra una aterradora campeona en la cúspide de su estatus de leyenda.
She has dominated everybody from the moment she got a hold of this championship.
She is a straight-up assassin.
La virtuosa de las artes marciales mixtas, Valentina Shevchenko.
Stoppage could come here.
I entered the octagon and destroyed my opponent.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
that's it!
Wow.
And still, the UFC flyweight champion.
Y para los incondicionales que han estado observando desde el inicio, habrá un par de peleadores natos listos para protagonizar un clásico. Cuando el ex capo de Strikeforce, Nick Diaz,
He's a do-or-die fighter. Vicious hooks to the body.
Ain't no fighters nowhere else. The real fighters are at Pacific Coast and Stockton.
enfrente por segunda vez al ex campeón de peso welter de la UFC, Robbie Lawler.
I'm a true fighter. If people get in my face, I'm gonna knock you out.
Oh, he tagged him. This is everything I look forward to in a fight.
Para quienes conocen y aman a los mejores atletas de pelea del mundo,
Good. Accelerate, go.
les presentamos sus historias, un capítulo a la vez.
Come on, you want to win your fight? You got to push that. Let's go.
Este es el UFC 266.
3, 2, 1.
Countdown. El UFC 260, en marzo de 2020, tenía programado un evento principal de campeonato de peso pluma para la posteridad. El campeón australiano Alexander Volkanovski traía 2 victorias corridas sobre el ex monarca Max Holloway.
He is keeping up and matching the pace of Max Holloway, something we have not seen people do very often. Volkanovski is the real deal.
Y llevaba una impresionante racha de 19 victorias al hilo.
He's beaten Chad Mendes, he's beaten Jose Aldo, and he's beaten them with this relentless, marauding style with legitimate knockout power and spectacular endurance.
Pero el finalizador más prolífico de la división, Brian Ortega,
T-City Ortega locks up the submission win.
representaba desafíos únicos
We're looking at a man who shows jiu-jitsu at a level rarely
y
seen.
también estaba en el mejor momento de su carrera.
How high is his ceiling? We still do not know.
This new team that I have now is, in my opinion, the best thing that's ever happened in my career. Of the guy who's been there the longest, Henry Gracie.
Yeah, you're gonna script this one that you want. Yeah.
He's been in my corner for 17 years.
That's it. Yeah, your eyes are focused. Oh.
I have Mike Shafai, strength and conditioning coach.
Good. You see everything. You see it all. You see it all. You see it all.
Coach Paul Herrera, he's a wrestling coach.
Keep those visors up, those hands, the whole time.
Tiki Gostin as a manager. Jason Park, he is my Muay Thai coach. Jesus Avila, boxing coach.
Pintando.
Everything's getting dialed in.
Nice.
In the fight versus Korean Zombie, you could just see a difference.
The growth, the evolution, and the team around him.
Showing how many more tools he has in the toolbox now. And Dana White said that you're going to fight Alexander Volkanovski for the title.
Alexander Volkanovski, you're the champ. The thought of fighting you is an excitement. I got a whole team, and we're ready.
I was in the shape of my life for that fight. But this bloody sport is absolutely crazy. 1 minute you're in the best shape of your life, you've done an 8-week camp.
Very good?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, thank you. You go there and then just get told that, you know, some test saying that you can't fight.
We have some breaking bad news. UFC 260, Alexander Volkanovski and Brian Ortega. That fight is off. COVID-19 protocols forcing Alexander Volkanovski from the fight. So that featherweight title, unfortunately, will not happen next Saturday night.
At the time, I wasn't feeling sick. And I'm like, what? Like, no way, this can't be happening, you know what I mean? And then it rocked me pretty hard.
I got a phone call like, hey, the fight was off. Volkanovski tested positive for COVID, and the fight's off indefinitely.
So we just talked to Sean Shelby and everyone from the UFC. They let us know what was going on, what was happening. This is out of my control, it's out of his control. Let's not complain, let's adjust, and we just have to keep training.
I go, what do we do? Like, what now?
Volkanovski se recuperaría por completo. Así que la promoción reprogramó su combate con Ortega para el evento principal del UFC 266 el 25 de septiembre.
All right, let's gather everybody and have everybody ready to file in.
Pero antes de que cada uno reanudara sus campamentos de entrenamiento,
all right, we're ready. Cue Dana.
Fueron asignados como entrenadores para el tan esperado regreso de la serie The Ultimate Fighter.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to everybody for making it here. It's the 29th season of The Ultimate Fighter, and we got two bad this season to coach you guys. Volkanovski and Ortega will be your coaches.
We'll have the coaches for the next part.
Let's go!
It's weird to see the person you're fighting when you're not fighting them. When you see them, your blood still boils. And I start sizing them up, obviously, like, all right, this is I was supposed to get down with. Then he starts to talk.
Apologies for Ortega making us all wait the last 15, 20 minutes, but it's all right. We can get going now.
You're on my time.
On your time, huh?
Yep.
Oh, the man. All right. Here we go.
I tore my MCL.
So you're out?
Yes, sir.
What are you so happy and chirpy about? So this is what we've been waiting on the whole time. You've been laughing like nothing's going on. Just shows you how much of a piece of you are.
I'm not a guy who's gonna sit there and like let someone talk to me.
Showing true colors.
Would a good coach let an injured fighter fight?
Hey, no, I'm not talking about that.
So shut the up.
I'm not talking about that.
So then shut the up.
It was great, you know, great opportunity to coach. Hands up, hands up. That was definitely different, but...
Beautiful! Scrappy, get up!
Get to the cage! Knowing that I don't like Ortega...
Well, tie it and mount it.
That obviously adds to it as well. Some things that he would say and do...
I will both you guys up by myself.
You know, it just made me feel like he's a spoiled little brat.
Earlier we went 4-0, right now I'm 4-0.
This team means nothing right now.
Hey, mate, you're just a person, eh?
4-0.
Your boys did well. Remember, your boys did well. You didn't do messing with our car.
Maybe put your car on jacks, and then we gave him a different type of transportation.
What the Then crying to the producers not to touch his car. I'm like, who does that? That's why I've been giving him the nickname Little Princess.
A partir de las apariciones en televisión, la rivalidad, una vez amistosa, se calentó. A medida que se avecinaba la realidad de un enfrentamiento inminente.
If you're gonna go to war with me, you're kind of
I don't let you just do your thing. That's not how I fight. You are fighting my fight.
I can't wait to go out there and put my hands on it.
My confidence is on a whole nother level where winning's just not enough.
You know, when we're in the octagon, there's no way out.
Time to work!
You know what I mean? While I got you in an uncomfortable position, you can't cry to producers, you can't cry to mummy. You know, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna be on you, caving your head in, you know what I mean? That's it.
There we go!
You know I'm going to put that pressure. You know I'm going to be putting a beating on you.
Volkanovski is a decision fighter. I don't play the decision game. I go in there and I get in your face and I want to bang it out.
He has evolved as a fighter, but is it enough? No.
Let him go! Yeah!
One thing that stays consistent is we fight. And the plan is get in there and destroy this man at all costs.
You're going to get a hell of a show in a fight. I'm going out there to put you away. That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's what I'm talking about!
I'm going to crumble Ortega, the little princess. I'm going to put him away.
Thank you, boys. All right, man. Thanks for being a part of this.
Let's go!
Cuando el campeón de peso pluma de la UFC, Alexander Volkanovski, volvió a casa tras un largo viaje de negocios por América, marcó la conclusión de su batalla física contra el COVID-19. Pero Australia recién retomó medidas de bloqueo, lo que presentó un nuevo conjunto de desafíos para el campamento de entrenamiento del UFC 266.
Sydney, Australia is entering a hard COVID lockdown to control a sudden spike in cases.
At the moment, we're going through a bit of a rough stage. Lockdowns are pretty strict.
People can leave home only for essential work, medical care, education, or shopping like groceries.
So we need to be very careful with how we do things. It's tough, you know, it's obviously going to be tough for everyone. We're in lockdown over here in Australia or New South Wales where we are. Can't get to the barber. I usually go to the barber pretty frequently. Can't do that now, so I thought I'd shave the head. For me, you know, and my family are just trying to look at positives. We could be getting stronger in these dark times right now.
Yeah, give Daddy a hand massage. That would be
Getting
nice.
a full treatment, thank you. When things go back to normal, hopefully, you know, we can really appreciate that. There it is. Beautiful. Thanks, girls. High five. Gonna leave me hanging again? We've been lucky enough to get the exemption to train. It wasn't an easy process, like, compared to the last time. As long as I've got the boys and the bodies to move around and get me in shape and get ready for the fight, that's all good.
Como siempre, Volkanovski y el entrenador Joe López han confrontado retos.
Okay, everyone get ready, get in your positions. Start warming the bike up, 10-second countdown. Let's go.
Ahora tanto física
Come on, let's go. Good pace, good pace.
como mentalmente están preparados para la defensa titular del 25 de septiembre contra Brian Ortega.
3, 2, quick change. We started slowly and his lungs really recovered, and as you can see, he's back to normal. Turn that hip. I want to feel the hip. Don't give up. Don't give up. 5 seconds. Go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Active recovery. Alex trains all year round. If anything, when we get into training camp, we probably train a little bit less than what we normally do, but our sessions are a lot more intense. 30 seconds. Let's push it. Let's go. Push. Push.
I'm fine now. I'm fit.
Head back. Head back.
I'm always going to work hard. I'm always going to bust my ass. I'm always going to be in the best shape of my life.
You want to punch hard? It starts here. Double kicks. Come on, roll the head. 30 seconds. Come on, let's push a little bit faster.
I expect to go out there and mop the floor with this bloke.
Come on, you want to win your fight? You got to push that.
But I'm prepared for a 5-round war.
Time. Good work, guys. I'll give that effort about 6 out of 10.
Cualquiera que enfrente a The Great Volkanovski
Brian, whenever you're ready, champ.
debe estar en su mejor condición física. Así que Brian Ortega se prepara en consecuencia para su pelea titular del UFC 266.
6. Touch me with your heel. 7.
Con el entrenador de fuerza y acondicionamiento Max Safai como un ingrediente extra para el campeonato.
Everything's getting dialed in. I'm diving deeper into the understanding of my body. When to train hard, when to train light.
Try to keep your toes up. Good, like you're bouncing a ball. And you accelerate. He's always been a fighter, so that part was easy, but just to see his athletic performance and endurance increase as it has, it's amazing.
Good. Go for it. Nice job. Good.
Brian is different, and he's proven that time and time again.
This young man, when you get him on his back, you're in a world of problems.
I don't think Volkanovski's ever fought anybody like him.
That's one. We're going to do 6.
You think you understand him, and you don't.
Oh! Hey, where did that come from?
And by the time you don't, it's already too late.
Do you take down Brian Ortega, or do you stand with him? And this version of Brian Ortega is a problem for everyone.
There's some guys that know how to play that high-level chess match, and there's some that don't.
And now we're seeing development to the elbow game of Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega looks phenomenal right now.
He showed that he can mix it up with some of the best of us.
He looks so much quicker than normal. Really good decision-making in his strikes as well.
But you were fighting my fight.
Volkanovski might be the least nervous fighter on this roster. Just ice water in his veins, smirking early.
Volkanovski smiles at him.
I'm in your face. You're adjusting to what I'm doing.
This is what Volkanovski does. Once he gets you against the side of the octagon, he's just constantly working. He doesn't let you rest.
Winning's not enough. I want to go out there and really set a statement. I want everyone leaving that arena. Brain explode. How good was that? Just blown away.
Ready, champ? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Beautiful.
I said I was going to be a world champ.
This clown thinks he's going to break you. He knows he's not better than you.
That's the goal.
There you go, Brian. You have control.
I'm going to beat this guy. I'm going to finish this guy.
You want to talk about a fighter with a lifetime in the game? Enter Kyrgyzstan's Valentina Shevchenko.
La campeona de peso mosca de la UFC, Valentina Shevchenko, está emergiendo como una de las fuerzas más dominantes que las artes marciales mixtas hayan visto.
She's not just one of the best women fighters, she's one of the best fighters. Oh, head kick, that's it.
Invicta en las 125 libras. Y con el impulso de 5 victorias dominantes en peleas titulares de la UFC de cara al 2021.
She expects to hold this belt for a very, very long time. And after what we've seen, there's reason to believe that she can do that.
I think that Andrade Shevchenko is a very fun fight. Shevchenko's at a place in her career now where she needs an opponent that people think actually has a chance of beating her, and I think we all know that Andrade does.
Pero las masas consideraban que la siguiente oponente de Shevchenko podría ser su perdición.
Well, she's a powerhouse of a woman, and now as she enters into this fight for this title shot against Valentina Shevchenko, she has a world of experience. And she presents some very unique challenges to the champs.
All right, Valentina, it's your time.
So here is the cold-blooded assassin, Valentina Bullet Shevchenko. Her appetite for well-roundedness is something I have never seen before.
So dominant. If you're a fan of technique, Valentina Shevchenko is a real treat to watch.
Round 1, you ready? Round 1, are you ready? Let's go, ladies.
Jessica believes in her power.
Beautiful one, too.
But it doesn't mean that fighting with me, she will still have it.
Valentina's just taking her down at will.
I mean, this is where we thought Andrade would have the advantage by trying to wrestle Valentina Shevchenko, but she is getting beat in this department.
I think Valentina's making a point here. Oh, look at this. Crucifix. This is terrible.
And now she'll just start to batter her away slowly, just dropping punches.
She was hoping to be better than me.
Come on, Jessica, do something.
But she's braked.
And still, the UFC flyweight champion. Is there anyone who has anything for her at 125?
Fight with Jessica, it was perfectly good plan, perfectly good outcome.
Here I am. I'm ready for everyone. Everyone is asking to fight me. Here I am.
One of the greatest martial arts on earth, ladies and gentlemen, Valentina Shevchenko.
La pregunta para Shevchenko siempre parece ser ¿quién es la siguiente? Y la respuesta a esa pregunta es la varias veces campeona de artes marciales mixtas Lauren Murphy.
For your winner by technical knockout, Lauren Murphy.
Pero para la contendiente nacida en Alaska, Su camino hacia el oro de la UFC estuvo plagado de dificultades.
When I first started training, I was drinking a lot. I was taking a lot of pills. I was just kind of in a bad spot, I think, mentally and emotionally. And then I met Joe.
What's that? Go on.
Come on.
Good girl.
Come on, let's go. I just knew I was crazy about him. I knew how much I loved him. And I thought to myself, like, if I ever want to be with a guy like that, I can't be doing the things that I'm doing now.
Lauren has been a fighter since the day that I met her. I really think that she's the definition of dedication. She's been working consistently hard toward a goal. And it took us a little while, like any relationship would, for you to find the perfect mix between roles.
Wanna go play? Let's go play in the Culver.
Come on. You get to come if you want.
When we're at home, we're a married couple, and then when we're in the gym, it's really more of a coach and student relationship.
I'll just talk you through this, and even if you're not feeling it in the moment, just do whatever the hell you want. Flowing good this morning.
Part of our wedding vows was that I would help her achieve her dreams and goals.
There you go. Gonna be a good day, Murphy.
I think that Lauren and I now,
Less than a minute.
have a connection like no one else in the world.
Heavy pressure on top. Good job, Ed.
The coaches and the team that we have now, I really think that it's the best conglomeration of coaches in the world.
That's it. Soft legs, Murph, soft legs. The vibe that the team has, you know, with myself, Coach Alex, Coach Joe, and Lauren is just amazing.
There we go. Barry, let's roll.
We realized opportunities that were there for her growth and her evolution as a fighter, and I think we've all just made that happen.
This crowd has come alive as Lauren Murphy now has the upper hand.
Con su vida firmemente en orden,
Lauren Murphy bringing home this third round.
Murphy ganaría un cinturón de peso gallo en invicta.
I'm on a quest to be one of the best in the world, and I'm going to keep coming in here, and I'm going to keep proving that.
Antes de acumular una carrera dominante, la UFC en peso mosca.
Lauren Murphy was the first Invicta FC Bantamweight champion, also won a couple titles at 145 pounds in Alaska, and now chasing glory in the UFC. Oh, huge knee from Lauren Murphy!
And she is truly a contender and a person on the short list of viable challengers to Valentina Shevchenko.
I want to get to that title at 125. I'm ready.
We've seen Murphy really turn the corner since going back to Houston and aligning with some of her old training partners. Of course, her husband, Joe, always a stabilizing force in her corner.
There it is. Yes, ma'am.
Stay on top. Stay on top.
And Murphy said she wanted to win by submission, and she gets it.
I have fought all ranked opponents since this division opened. The next time I step into this cage, it will be to fight for the UFC belt. The next time I step out of it, I will be wearing it. I promise.
Una impresionante racha de 5 victorias consecutivas le valía a Murphy su oportunidad por el cinturón de Valentina Shevchenko. Mientras la campeona disfrutaba de otra expedición rutinaria, recibió la noticia de su próximo oponente. Y la nueva tarea se convertiría en el foco de su atención.
So we're gonna go get some salmon today.
Amazing, sounds perfect.
We received call from UFC, and Valentina agreed certainly. We was here actually. We do our trip with the boat in Puget Sound.
That's down. We're trolling, hugging close to the bottom. That's where the kings hang out. Hopefully we get one of those going this morning.
Oh, I have a fish.
Go little guy.
Okay, see you next time when you get bigger. Traveling, meeting new people. Oh, exciting. Oh. Knowing different cultures.
That's what we came for, right there. That is what we came for. All right, there's one.
This is my lifestyle.
There we go. And another one.
I had it way, way, way before being even in UFC. I started to travel when I was like little girl. A lot of tournaments, like international. Since then, it started to be so much like part of my life.
Forward, 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 front kick, X kick.
We were able, during our trip here in Washington State, to train in different gyms. It's amazing, with different training partners, bringing something new.
Okay, taking partner, 1, 2, 1.
Doesn't matter what I have to do. I will train as hard as I have to stay the champion.
La campeona busca ganar su sexta defensa consecutiva del título el 25 de septiembre. Pero Lauren Murphy busca hacer historia por cuenta propia y convertirse en la primera en derrotar a Shevchenko en las 125 libras.
And she gets it! Lucky Lauren Murphy!
Plan for Lauren, it's the same. Go, dominate, win.
The best in the world by a mile, Valentina Shevchenko!
When I fight Valentina, I'm going to take it to her.
Huge knee from Lauren Murphy!
I'm going to stay in her face, and she's going to feel my power.
Shevchenko, she's an ice-cold killer.
There is only one end of this fight.
Massive performance, just massive.
My hands raised up.
Is there anyone who has anything for her at 125?
Para entender verdaderamente la pelea característica del UFC 266,
For the thousands in attendance,
tenemos que atrasar el reloj 17 años al UFC 47.
It's on!
Donde un par de jóvenes principiantes de peso welter pretendían dejar su huella.
This kid is one of the toughest up-and-coming fighters in the UFC, and one of the most hyped for a good reason.
Ruthless!
And ruthless indeed is Robbie Lawler.
So the thing is with Robbie, it kind of freaked me out.
Oh, beautiful right hand!
He had knocked out Steve Berger,
That's it, it is over! He is over!
Tiki Guzin.
This kid swings to kill you! Dynamite in his hands! Dynamite!
And he knocked these guys out, man.
The confidence of this 20-year-old, absolutely undisputable.
What's up now?
We're doing a thing on Ultimate Knockouts here. Let's just talk about the art of the KO. I know you're not a KO guy, but I don't know.
How do you know that?
Well, that's what it says.
Oh,
maybe you're gonna prove everyone wrong tonight and knock Robbie Lawler flat on his face.
Well, we never know. You never know. I've already got a good team. My brother Nathan too. So got a good team to work with. Hopefully I do good tonight. But I feel pretty strong. So see what I can do out there.
Born in Stockton, California, his first fight came at the tender age of 17 years old.
Nick Diaz is a very well-respected jiu-jitsu fighter out of the Cesar Gracie team with much improved striking. He doesn't have the kind of power that Robbie Lawler has, but he has the experience now to weather the storm that is ruthless Robbie Lawler.
It was like, there was no way I was going to win, and everybody was like, oh, you're fighting Robbie Lawler.
You ready? You ready? Bring it on! Come on! Lawler and Diaz welterweights are underway.
Nick Diaz coming out with a hopping sidekick.
And so when I went out there, I just did what I knew, and I spooked him.
Oh, he's taunting him a bit. Look at this.
And standing in front of him with his hands down. That's crazy.
Diaz gets elbows right. And look at that, the smile. Oh, a combination. Does Diaz really want to mess with fire here? Does he really want to go toe-to-toe with Robbie Lawler?
Never expected to see Robbie Lawler backing up the jiu-jitsu fighter Nick Diaz.
What's with the hands up there? What's
just
the hands?
faking him out, just playing with him. The problem is if Robbie connects, Robbie can put you to sleep. But if he rocks you like here,
a high kick.
Robbie is always dangerous.
An entertaining round number one.
Whoa.
Who do you give it to?
Heavy action in that round, but I'd have to give that round to Nick Diaz.
At one point, though, Joe, we find out that he's fighting off more than he can chew.
He might not be. I mean, Robbie might be fighting off more than he can chew.
He still
tell you see it all over their face, but, you know, that's what happens.
Nick Diaz, ladies and gentlemen.
I came from a really, you know, hard town. The people I grew up with, they're always fighting. Like, my brother was getting into gang fights and fights on the street. I got stabbed. I had a mentality from getting just roughed around as a kid and just put through a lot, you know. I thought that was like going on everywhere, but it was really just the school that I was at. So when I went out there to fight, you know, in front of an audience, they had never seen anything like that. And I didn't know that I was doing anything different, but I really had an advantage because of that mentality.
Now there he is, Nick Diaz, a kid from the streets of Stockton.
Criado en las calles de San Joaquín.
That gesture right there summed up Nick Diaz's attitude in general.
Y moldeado por su obsesión con las artes marciales.
Many believe Nick Diaz is the future of the welterweight class.
Nick Diaz sería aclamado mundialmente.
He's twisted it back.
De una promoción a la siguiente.
Nick Diaz in his pride debut, making his way to the cage of Elite XC.
Pero el centro de atención resultó ser inadecuado.
Diaz with a chip on his shoulder the size of the state of California.
Para un peleador puro del 209.
I'm not somebody who is good with words.
Hi, Nick. How you feel?
Hi, I feel good. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm great. Just the stress of being able to, you know, say the right things. That was kind of a price I had to pay.
Diaz talks almost as much in the cage as he throws punches. And the crowd again with the chants of Diaz.
This victory had to have some kind of a special place in your heart.
No, I'm just ready to go home and eat, you know what I'm saying? Just doing that sort of thing, like, nonstop. I'd rather be out there just fighting.
Strikeforce welterweight champion. 3 times he defended that title. First time in the UFC since '06.
Nick Diaz was a no-show. We haven't heard from him. I haven't talked to him again. He hasn't returned my call. All I asked this kid to do is play the game this much.
He takes on one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, B.J. Penn.
People were really taking shots at me and trying to, you know, take me out in some sort of way, like, before I go in there.
Knowing your history of missing appointments like this, like, you've done it before.
It's hard for me to show up in the middle of training, go back and forth.
Stalking his opponent.
And I feel like the world's kind of hammering me so hard, you know, making it like a fair fight, you know?
And he is trying to finish B.J. Penn, make no mistake about it.
I understand guys want to focus on their fight and train, but when you're in the UFC, there's certain things that you have to do.
I've always walked out there like, what am I doing? I can't believe I'm doing this again. You know, I'm like, this is not fair.
You have to promote this fight. You have to show up for press conferences.
You talk about not wanting to do these occasions.
The quicker I get through these days here, the quicker I get to go home.
Did you get hurt, though? I mean, I know you do have cuts and stuff, but I mean, are you actually...
What happens from fighting, you know? You get punched.
Nick shuns the spotlight and craves only combat.
What he wants out of life is the hardest competition possible. He wants to fight the best fighters.
The former UFC middleweight champion, Anderson Silva.
Wow, really? I love it! You know, at the end of the day, like, win or lose, at least I can say I went out there and did it and gave it my all, you know, rather than letting it just pass by.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
El brillo y el glamour son ahora sinónimos del combate profesional de primer nivel. Para Nick Diaz, esto no era para lo que había firmado originalmente. Y la historia del hijo nativo de Stockton es inquietantemente similar a la de Robbie Lawler, de Iowa. Porque al igual que Diaz, la pelea parecía ser la única opción de Lawler.
I've been fighting pretty much my whole life. Fighting at school, just kind of fighting on the streets. And the city I moved into, Bettendorf, Iowa, Pat Militich's UFC champion, happened to live there, and he would bring fighters up to my high school. they'd work out at our wrestling practice, and I made my choice then that that's what I was going to do as soon as I graduated. Being this young 18, 19, 20-year-old training at a gym with so many awesome UFC fighters, Jan Błachowicz, Tim Sylvia was there, Matt Hughes, Pat Militich, Jeremy Horn. I wasn't anything. I was just a young kid trying to make it, trying to do what they were doing. So that was my mindset. Go out there, keep grinding, and keep getting victories.
Since he was 19 years old, stepping into a UFC ring, he has thrown bombs.
Icon Sport World Champion.
Tras su choque de 2004 contra Nick Diaz,
There's the combo, there it is, and this one is over.
Lawler volvió a empezar desde cero.
History is being made, Pride 32.
Y de una promoción a la siguiente,
Making his Elite XC debut.
peleó por el camino de regreso a su prestigio.
We've got a new Elite XC middleweight champion. I'm knocking him out, plain and simple. I gotta get it down on the Mississippi. There's a quiet storm inside of this man that comes out when he gets in the cage. Robbie Lawler, one of the pound-for-pound most devastating strikers in the sport. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride.
A 9-year absence. Robbie Lawler, victorious in his UFC return. Wow.
There's an anger and a fury that Robbie Lawler brings, and you see it when he's finishing fighters. It's a scary thing.
On another level, I will never settle.
I wasn't going to cry about anything. I was going to get back in line and beat people up and make everyone know that I'm the best and I'm coming for that title.
Vicious attack by Lawler.
What a finish for Robbie Lawler!
New UFC welterweight champion of the world.
When Robbie Lawler came back to the UFC, we saw a man on a mission. We saw this ferocious new version of this veteran. This guy was refocused, re-energized, and the results inside the octagon have been nothing short of spectacular. Tyrant pressing the action here, and Lawler, again, patient, just moving around. Oh, he tagged him!
Aunque el tiempo de Robbie Lawler como campeón de peso welter de la UFC vino y se fue,
Big Robbie, chants raining down from the Anaheim faithful.
se ha mantenido como el mismo ruthless de siempre.
Well, Robbie Lawler just went right at Donald.
Lawler has been in perpetual forward motion.
Que no retrocede ante nadie.
He'll never go anywhere. He's too tough. He'll never give up on himself because he believes in himself and believes in his power.
Oh, big bombs by Robbie Lawler!
Y la próxima pelea de Lawler será una revancha con 17 años cocinándose.
Here's a nice leg kick by Nick.
En contra de Nick Diaz.
Mr. Diaz, on the day of your fight on January 31st, 2015, did you consume marijuana?
The Fifth Amendment.
Para Diaz, el enfrentamiento del 25 de septiembre marcará su regreso después de un paréntesis de 6 años. Una pausa batallando contra la suspensión.
You know, Nick is in trouble with this whole marijuana thing.
This thing is awful, and they suspended him for 5 years. It's ridiculous.
They've done everything they can to keep me from being all the way on top. We got a whole system trying to hold me down.
Y la tentación.
You guys are out in full force tonight, man. Hey, Nick Diaz Academy Worldwide.
You have to like see something out of him, I guess, before you feel comfortable giving him a fight.
My whole thing with Nick Diaz is I just question how bad he really wants to fight. Doesn't look like Nick Diaz wants to or is ready to compete.
I mean, he hasn't fought since the Anderson Silva fight. That's crazy.
Mixed martial arts legend Nick Diaz will make his return at UFC 266 September 25th. He takes on a former opponent, former UFC welterweight champion Robbie Lawler.
I was kind of all over the place, and I really had to slow it down. You know, I got a signed bout agreement, so I'm ready to do my job.
El regreso de Diaz al combate.
The Strikeforce World Welterweight Champion.
Significa un regreso a sus raíces.
I need to thank Cesar Gracie,
That's the reason why I won today.
Y no hay mejor guía para ese regreso.
That is the basis. Yeah. Cesar Gracie, his trainer.
Que el hombre que descubrió el talento de Díaz. El cinturón negro de Jiu-Jitsu, Cesar Gracie.
I met Nick, he was 16 years old, and I've never seen such a natural fighter in my life. This is my second black belt. My first one was Dave Terrell, and Nick Diaz was my second black belt, and I want to thank him for coming out. So Nick is going to show this really crazy pass. If the guy turns into you, he gets to like a triangle or something. So you go ahead, Nick, show it to Victor, please, sir.
Okay, so I'm moving around him like this, right? Yeah, so I picked this up.
Anything you teach Nick, 2 weeks later, he's better than me at it.
So I'm gonna go in like this, then that's big cartwheel.
He kind of went different places, different things, and you know, to get back to fighting, you got to get back to where you started.
Exactly. They're gonna turn, guaranteed.
You know, I've trained with a lot of people, but, you know, I got my black belt from Cesar, so I've always stayed true to that because that's my base foundation.
And then now I start to do a reverse.
You know, it's hard to go back and you know, and keep it gangster or whatever. It's not a good look. I don't really want to push that because I want to teach, you know, I like to teach the kids, and
perfect.
They're all grown up now. And putting in work with those kids it's really good for me because they go hard. I'm actually way more of a dangerous fighter than I was when I fought Robbie Lawler the first time. I'm not going out there to call him names or, you know, I'm going to be a lot more sportsmanlike, I think, out there, but, you know, that's not what won me the fight last time. That surprised him a little bit, but I would have won the fight anyways. I'm going to be really unstoppable, you know, having made the right decision. So I'm going to beat Robbie again.
Mientras Díaz vuelve a sus raíces, Robbie Lawler continúa trabajando con el nuevo supercampamento del sur de la Florida, casa de los ex retadores al título Michael Chandler y Gilbert Burns, al igual que del contendiente en ascenso Vicente Luque.
I've trained at a lot of gyms over the years. Sanford MMA just kind of came together.
So find the floor, knee slide, change over, or even switch, right?
Just some really good training partners, really good coaches, all having the same drive to get better and to push each other. They've done a great job with our team at Sanford MMA, and I'm just gonna keep doing what they say.
Guiando los preparativos de Lawler para Nick Díaz.
Let's go, guys.
Está Nick Lentz, un veterano de 25 peleas en la UFC.
So many punches and elbows have landed for Nick Lentz. Oh, head kick.
Nick Lentz by TKO.
Cuyos conocimientos y experiencia
Nick Lentz gets another guillotine submission win.
benefician a profesionales en cualquier etapa de su carrera.
He's a master, a true martial arts master.
He's a gamer, man. He's been in there so many times with some of the best guys in the world.
When we first come into the sport, we're so raw, but we have the natural aggression, right? And then we get smarter, and we learn how to fight. There's a perfect middle ground, and that's where Robbie found when he went for the title.
What an incredible fight, in a fight where he was really pushed to the limit, but Robbie Lawler, like champions do, found a way to win.
Hunger mixed with smarts. And the longer we're in the game, the more the smart part tries to take over, as opposed to when we're young, the aggressive side tries to take over. So we're gonna try to bring a little of the old back with the new for this fight with Nick Diaz and trying to knock his head off.
Robbie Lawler has lost to Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz has outstruck the striker.
I'm sure he's going to be back, and I'm sure he's going to learn from this experience.
One of the ways that I've improved since the first time we fought is I'm more measured, obviously. I don't get emotional when I get hit with a shot. I'm more like, all right, why did I get hit with that shot?
We're looking at a different Robbie. We're looking at a much more mature, much more experienced Robbie Lawler.
It's more like a chess match and just kind of being smart.
Robbie has been so uncharacteristically patient, and that's the new Robbie Lawler.
Obviously, there's a little bit of fierceness to this chess match.
He is a ferocious gentleman.
But I'm definitely finer tuned.
Lights out, walking with my head down, head up in some rain clouds. That's what you believe about me. I don't mean to be let down, but you best believe the fire's on its way now. Play dead, that's what you've been hoping. Told them I won't show, and they don't need to worry about me. But the quiet always comes first, then the devil brings the lightning and the thunder.
I don't think he's gotten much better than he was when I fought him the first time.
Diaz is very confident fighting a tough, dangerous striker.
But I'm a lot better than when I fought him the first time.
Wow! Diaz, combination after combination.
I can see things coming a lot better than I could then, so.
Diaz is much better boxing than he was 3 years ago.
Nick Diaz finding the range on that left hand already. I'm a fight until the bell sounds, and you don't want to get me in the ring now. So take a shot, come see what you made of.
He's gonna have to dig deep to catch me with a shot.
When Nick Diaz smells blood like this, he swore vicious hooks to the body. I love how he mixes it up.
He's coming out, I'm coming out.
He heard him with that dump. Big bombs by Robbie Lawler.
Two guys going out there ready to brawl, trying to get knockouts.
Oh, he tagged him.
Let's do this.
I come to fight, no matter what happens, I keep coming and trying to knock people out.
Díaz y Lawler ingresarán al octágono en el UFC 266 con la misma voluntad de ganar que lo hicieron hace 17 años.
They both relish a challenge.
Garantizando fuegos artificiales en la largamente esperada revancha.
And this is one of the biggest challenges of both of their careers.
Y para cerrar el espectáculo, la reina de peso mosca Valentina Shevchenko.
One of the most efficient assassins we've ever seen inside the octagon.
Defenderá su título contra Lauren Murphy.
Oh, lucky Lauren Murphy!
Antes de que el monarca de peso pluma Alexander Volkanovski
The pace, the power, the aggression, all those things are there.
enfrente a Brian Ortega.
Oh,
Todo ocurrirá en la capital de la pelea, el 25 de septiembre.